Here we have the 1/15 scale Army Colour Garland from Megazone 2.3 by Yamato. Front of the box, side of the box, back of the box, other side, inlay, and the actual garland itself. So here we have the garland out of the box. It comes with Shinji and Yui. While the main character in Megazone 2.3 is Shogo, this particular version, the Army Colour, comes with Shinji, who is only in it at the beginning of the movie to give the bike to Shogo. The bike is then painted red, and the red coloured garland is probably the more iconic colour. Now this model doesn't come with a sticker sheet of any type, and literally this is what's in the box, except for the manual. So a quick look at the figures. Now they basically just snap apart. So a very unflattering, unless she's on the bike pose. The hair moves at the back and the head's bobbles as well. So she also comes with a standing up version. Again, hair movement, a bit of arm movement, but not much you can do with that. And I'm in a big shell. I'm in a nutshell. I'm in a nutshell and I can't get out. Okay, Austin Powers references. So here we have Shinji. A little bit of articulation up and down on the shoulder and twisty. The head pops off to be replaced with his helmet, which actually looks much cooler. And this guy's got some crazy 80 fro going on there. That's basically it. Again, the legs don't move at the hips or waist because it's just designed for sitting on the bike. There's articulation in the knee and in the foot, but who really cares? It's not about these guys. The gun is pretty much a gun. It does a tiny bit of forward and back. This is meant to come off from reading the manual, but I can't pull it off mine, so I'm not that bothered. The dash has some dials on it, which is a nice touch of detail. Plus, the handlebars have some articulation in a tiny bit of left and right, but more so forward and back on a hinge. Plus, you've got the handbrakes on either side, which don't move, but are a nice detail. Now, the leg moves forward and back. Now it could do a 360 at the hip, There's a little bit of lateral, but not much. It's not really there. You're just bending this, so you're better off not trying to move it. Now the one thing to note is you can't actually swing it this way. It doesn't swing up and down. It just pretty much stays straight. There's a slight bit of bend, but nothing much. The other thing it doesn't do is twist. There's no twist on it, so it's fairly static once you get it into position. The knee bends 90 degrees, which is nice. The foot has a bit of wiggle. It goes forward and back. And these move as well, so obviously as part of the transformation it extends out, and the actual front toe cap, as it were, is also posable. So if we have a look at arm articulation, it spins 360 at the shoulder. It's a little loose. Now these move in and out as part of the transformation and posing. It turns here just underneath the shoulder. It also turns at the elbow, which is great because there's a screw at the back which it hides. Now it goes up 90 degrees. The hand also turns 90 degrees, which is part of the transformation. And that's pretty much it. Now the cool thing is these actually snap on with magnets and are held in place really well when it works. And if it's like this side here where it doesn't work, you'll see in the background there, that's a magnet just there. It should be stuck into the wheel, but crappy QC and dodgy glue, so the glue didn't hold it in place. Now with a bit of fiddling you can kind of get it in, but if you lift the arm up or anything like this, it just pops down. Now I need to get some super glue and fix it. So if we have a look at the head articulation, it can turn a full 90 degrees. Now it needs a little bit of waggling, which you can get it to fully turn in either direction. So it does about a 180. Now it also goes forward and back, which is part of the transformation, which you can use it to pose. There's also a little bit of bobbing from side to side, so it's very nice. So this Garland was also in Robotech, the movie The Untold Story, which was basically a repackaging of Megazone 2.3, some Southern Cross footage, to produce another chapter in the Robotech saga. I'll probably display this guy in bike mode as I think it's very cool, compared to the robot mode, which was just about okay. Now I haven't displayed him with the gun, because I've spent about 5 minutes trying to get the gun in this hand and it just doesn't want to work. The actual fingers are very loose. Another thing I don't talk much about, because I've been quite lucky so far, are quality control issues. Now this guy's got a number of issues. He's got loose shoulders, so the actual shoulder hinge is very loose. In addition, there's magnets holding on the two wheels on each side, and both of them are very loose and just popped out of the socket. So his left shoulder, or right as we look at it, while that isn't good, at least it's fixable, and so long as it's fixable I don't mind too much. But obviously when you're spending this amount of cash on something like this, you expect it to be correct. All in all, if this was perfect it would be a great toy, but it isn't perfect, so I'm not particularly pushed to recommend it. If you like it, you like it. If you don't, you don't. I believe there's been other releases which are at a higher quality than this one, so you might want to pick that up instead. Pretty much the only reason why I picked this guy up was he was on sale for 50% off, and I've always loved the Garland, so I said I'll pick this guy up. I knew about the QC issues before I got it, so I said I'll take my chance, and all in all it isn't too bad. So this was me with another review saying Sláinte.